Rolling. Sound rolling.
Mm.
Camera rolling. Action. Question. No.
You start us.
Interview by Tori and Depp.
So, first, can you introduce yourself and mention your birth year?
My what?
Birth year, which year you have you born,
Okay.
and then talk about little bit about your childhood, and then
Okay.
Towards your adolescence, how you got introduced to music.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll go with that part first.
Hi, my name is...
Action. Take one. And action.
Hi, my name is Liam Siun, or I was born Faulkner Liam Barry Young, or Siun, which is young in Irish. I was born in Dublin in 1949, and my father was in the army, and then in the Air Corps and in Aer Lingus flying planes, and I left Ireland when I was 6. We went to Canada because my dad was offered a flying job there with my younger brother and older sister. And I lived in Canada for 4 years, and my dad finished flying there and worked for Encyclopedia Britannica. And I had a brother born in Canada. And then we moved to Oakland, California, because my dad was so good at his job, they sent him all over the world to teach other people how to sell encyclopedias. So then we moved to England for a while, and I came back to Ireland for a few months and went to a school here. But then I went to London with the family, and then about a year later we moved to Australia, where I lived for 9 or 10 years, finished my high school in a Catholic school in Australia, in Sydney. I had 3 more sisters born there. And then my family left to go to the Philippines. My dad set up another business there. So I did boarding school for my last year in school, the Summer of Love, 1967. And then I went to university in Sydney, the University of New South Wales. And that's when I started playing guitar, probably to impress young women, and got into playing guitar and singing. And then I left Australia in 1969 because I was then eligible for the draft into the Australian Army, and they were sending troops to Vietnam. And by that time I was opposed to the war in Vietnam, or at least foreign intervention in the war in Vietnam. And Australia were sending troops. So I went on a ship across to England, and it was cheaper to go by ship than to fly in those days. 6 weeks on a ship going across the Pacific and the Atlantic, stopping at lots of places. And then I lived in London for 3 years, and I came back to visit my sister in Ireland, and I loved it so much that I decided to stay here. And I was playing guitar all this time. And I didn't really get into a band until I was 42 or so. 1992, 93, that's when I decided with some other guys to form a band. And we liked the music of the 1970s, so we called ourselves the Rock Fossils, because we thought we were so old to be in a band, and that the music was so old, even though this was only the 90s. So we played all around Dublin, the Slattery's and Dunleary Festival, and the Wild Heather, the Harbour Bar in Bray, lots of places like that. Until eventually the drummer got married to a French woman and moved to France. And some of the other guys moved to different parts, so we stopped that band. So then I had other bands after that, the Deja Blue, and eventually reformed the Rock Fossils again And recently, a few years ago, we started a band, Purple Jam, which was 3 women and 3 men. One of the women plays a harp, and we've just made our first recordings with Depp in the Button Factory in Dublin. So coming up this week, we're doing a launch for our first EP. But I played lots of music of different types over the years. I do lots of comic songs, funny songs, Irish songs. I toured all around Europe, Denmark and Switzerland, Germany, Holland and Belgium and France, doing Irish songs, Irish ballads. And I toured around Ireland with lots of different acting companies, and I was in lots of films and TV shows. I even was a puppeteer on RTE television, the national television station here, for a couple of years doing puppeteering. So that's a fair summary of my life up to now.
And then I have a question. Sorry for that bummer. I was missing something. So the question is, there were a lot of other things to do to impress women, but why did you choose guitar to play? Like, why? Like, is there any connection from your childhood with music or something? Like, why you got interested in that? Yeah.
My mum and dad always played the piano and sang at home, and we all sang at home. And of course, the Irish are great for singing, and especially Irish songs, no matter where we are in the world. My sister played piano really well. When I was at school, we had the cadets at school in Sydney, and I tried out for the band there. I played the bugle a bit, and I did learn piano a bit when I was young myself. But it was also always, when the Beatles came along, of course, before the Beatles was Elvis Presley was very influential, but I was more interested in the Beatles. Elvis was more older type music than, for me, I was more a Beatles and a Rolling Stones guy. And then eventually Led Zeppelin. And when I was in England, I went to lots of music festivals, saw all the greats, Jimi Hendrix and The Doors, and always kept up the music and played their music. I just didn't happen to join a band, but I played a lot of that music. But we always sang at home, and I had 6 brothers and sisters, so we were always singing, and my dad was always singing and playing the piano, and my mom and my sister.
Well. So you can take your cup. I think I can see see here. Like my camera is here. So if you keep your mug here and use it as a prop, I think that would be nice.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll bring it in when I'm.
Yeah.
If you want to drink water, I can pour it some water. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want?
Well, it'll just appear if I do that, but if I bring it in as if I'm reaching for it,
no, you will get
and
it.
then I put it there. Yeah.
You can just like that. But yeah. So do you want anything? Tea?
No, I have tea.
Okay. As we are talking about your family, your home, how you get inspired as a kid,
Okay. I've got something about that.
Yeah. So that, and with that, like the city you are living right now, the place you are living right now, how that is encouraging you to do what you are doing now.
Okay.
Yeah. And the living style of this city, like how you describe. This
music.
Yeah.
When I went to university in Sydney, I did study drama and acting, but I also there was a lot of anti-Vietnam War things going on, and Arlo Guthrie came out with this brilliant song, which also told a whole story. It took about 18 minutes, the Alice's Restaurant, and that got me into protest songs, Bob Dylan type music, as well as the Beatles, but also Bob Dylan and protest songs and funny protest songs, which was Alice's Restaurant. And then when I came back to England, I saw all those kind of bands. And in Ireland is full of music, full of Ceilidh music, Irish traditional music, Irish ballads. And then we also had our own great rock bands, Van Morrison, Thin Lizzy, and later on, of course, U2 and the Undertones and people like that. So Ireland is a great influence on anybody's music, really. For rock or folk or ballads, English folk ballads, Irish folk ballads, and the Dubliners, of course, were a great influence on lots of people here. Though they're more sort of classical Irish. Well, they're like the Pogues. They were Irish ballads. But then we had the Chieftains as well, which were more classical Irish traditional music, brought to a very high level. But there were lots of great rock bands here, the Undertones, the Stunning, Rory Gallagher. And then later on, of course, we had lots of the Irish people who were born in England, but seemed to be very Irish in their music, like Dexy's Midnight Runners and the Pogues. And that influenced a lot of music here, and a lot of music in me. And I played in bluegrass sessions, which is American bluegrass music, and blues and country as well, in lots of sessions. Anywhere in Ireland, there's always lots of music sessions. So that really encourages anybody to play music just for fun and with other people and with groups. And then in groups, you eventually want to have your own group with your own sound, with your own drummer and your own bass player and your own lead guitarist and keyboard player and singers. And I always loved singing, so I liked being the rhythm guitarist and the singer, and you get all these other people to play with you, which we did in the Rock Fossils. In the other band I was in, the Deja Blue, of course, a lot of us sang, and we had saxophone player as well. So a lot of that stimulated lots of different types of music that we like singing.
Something different. Where are you going?
It's just checking.
Yeah. And do you want to check the sound if you are getting?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Okay. And take it out from the front. Okay. Roll a joint, and then.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask, can I smoke on the backside or just outside?
Sorry?
Can I smoke there on the corridor?
You can smoke here.
In the room?
Yeah.
But
if you want
will
to.
not smoke, because the smoke will come to the.
Oh, well then you can smoke out there. There's nobody across the hall, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be not smoking here. And then, okay, so we'll go with the one more question by the time, during that time you can.
Okay.
So, what is the most memorable morning in your life, if you remember any?
Well, some of the most memorable things in my life, of course, was getting married to Dymphna, and then having my daughter, Anya. They're the most memorable. Also learning transcendental meditation. My sister was a teacher of that, and I learned that over 50 years ago. I still practice it every day. It's very refreshing and wonderful. Those were great things. I eventually became a teacher of transcendental meditation and taught in Dublin from 1975 till 1980, 81. And then I needed more money, so I got other jobs in broadcasting and acting and selling advertising for a radio station and broadcasting, but all the while playing music. Most memorable time?
Morning. Morning. Memorable morning.
Memorable morning.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's most memorable morning in my life? very hard thing to say. This morning.
Really?
I remember this morning,
Yeah.
I dreamed a lot last night. I dreamed I was in America and I thought I was going to get caught by the migration. Probably because I criticized Trump so much.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
that's funny. Mm,
I did.
So if you were anything rather than human, what would you want to be?
I'd want to be an angel
Why is that?
or an enlightened sage. I don't know. Dogs seem to have a good time. Cats seem a bit too aloof. Wild animals, a bit too dangerous a life. A lion king. A lion king with a lion hair.
And so, like, do you find music as a religion? Like, do you find your religious connection with music?
Oh yes, well we always sang it. We always sang it in music was religious because we always sang hymns in church and at school, and Gregorian chant, all that great European religious music, greatly influenced modern music. But of course, Indian music as well, Gandharva music, Vedic music, and Persian and Islamic music always had a great influence, in fact, in a lot of ways on Irish traditional classical music. The bouzouki came from the Middle East through some of our great Irish musicians here. But music has a great healing effect, and music after meditation, like Gandharva or Samavedas, the Vedas being sung, that seems to have a very healing effect on people. And I used to listen to that. I like to listen to music as I go to sleep, and then I have the remote control to turn it off when the bed's warm enough to actually sleep in Ireland. Then I would turn off the music by remote control.
Yeah. So, and how do the city you are living right now, how would you describe its present days, like the music scenario of this city and the bonding and then everything about this city, how this city is still motivating you to do what you were doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dublin is a great city for music, either on the big scale, all the big bands come here. Years ago, they didn't all come here, and we had lots of tribute bands and lots of cover bands, which is what I formed in the 90s, a band that played lots of other people's music. But we have great arenas, the Three Arena and Croke Park, and lots of great places where U2 and Van Morrison and Beyonce, they all come here now. But also lots of clubs with traditional Irish music, ballad music, and rock music, like the Harbour Bar in Bray or the Dorky Duck in Dalkey, which is quite near where I live, or the I Go In around the corner. They all have music. And then they all have music open mics for people who want to sing and who do sing but don't have a whole repertoire or don't have a whole band, and they share the night with lots of other sequels. That is very popular here nowadays, especially after COVID, actually. People are able to get out and sing with other people. So we have the Jack's Music Club in Dunleary, and the Coffee Dock Sessions in Glastool, and the Harbour Bar in Bray, which has trad music and has a stage for rock bands as well. And then we have great rock music stations here. I worked in a community radio station myself in the 80s and played a program called Rock Family Tree, where we take different musicians and play a whole night of their music or 2 hours of their music. featuring all the different bands they might have played in over a 2-hour period. So this is a great place for music, and people play outside, inside, in pubs, in clubs, open mics. They're all over the place here. It's one of the best places, I think, in the world for music and for busking as well. If you go to Sydney in Australia, you have to have a license to work in the country to be a busker, whereas people come from all over the world here and can busk in the streets in the middle of Dublin and make good money because people appreciate music in the streets. Not that I like doing it myself, because I never seem to get much money the few times I did it. It's much better to be in a band and play in a club where they pay you something, or at least give you free drinks to play. But I played in cartoon festivals here, and Dunleary festivals and Dalkey festivals. I'm even play ukulele in a ukulele group in the Dalkey called the Dalkey Ukulele Club, the Dalkey Ducks. We play in lots of lobster festivals and Christmas festivals and motor rally festivals. So it's a great place to play music here.
I see. So, okay, you want to do something? I see you read books, and you have a lot of collections of so many things, so many art form. Like you collect. It's just not music. I can see all over your room, photo, picture, painting, and lots of things. So, like, do you read poetry, or like, do you feel like lyrics and poetry is same? Or what is your opinion on that?
Okay. Well, I love art of all kinds, and all the pictures I have in my room, I haven't bought any of them. They've been given to me by artists because I've had so many music sessions here over the years. My apartment has no living neighbors at night. It's all businesses around me, so I can have very noisy parties any night of the week. So I've had lots of great music sessions here, and I've gotten lots of great art. But of the books I have lots of great books of lyrics of music, and lyrics are poetry. Only they're poetry to music. Poetry can sort of stand up by itself. And I love Bob Dylan. People say he's a great poet, but he would say I'm a great lyricist because he puts his words to music, which offers a whole new dimension to it. Irish poets, I've read all the Irish poets, and some of them you could put to music. Some friends of mine have put in, like Leo Kelly, have put another poet's music, words to music because they fit. But not all music you could call poetry, and not all poetry you could put to music. Of books I read, I loved, because I got into meditation and religion or philosophy, the Maharishi and other Eastern writers and Western writers like Baba Ram Dass with his book Be Here Now. I even wrote that into one of my songs, The Summer of Love. Remember, be here now, because it explained in Western terms things that people were experiencing temporarily, at least on psychedelics, but that can lead to a proper enlightenment through meditation and yoga and devotion and other forms. So I'm quite interested in all that kind of literature, sort of parapsychology or psychology for the modern age, for self-actualization, bringing us to our full potential as human beings. And music and poetry, of course, help that. When you're looking at poetry, you're seeing somebody else's vision of the world maybe from an elevated point of view. They have a different look at the world, looking at the beauty. And enlightened people obviously would see the beauty in the world because they understand it better than somebody who is full of suffering. And suffering can also bring great poetry and writing as well, because it's showing the struggle for self-actualization, for enlightenment.
Wow.
But I really like rock and roll. And the feeling, maybe the feelings you get when you're singing and the crowd are with you, and the high you get maybe singing. It's different, like singing, as I said to Dip, singing at a party. That's sort of the most fun because you're sharing it with friends and they sing and you can laugh and everything. But sometimes I often thought, or maybe I often thought, when you have a really good situation at a party and everybody's with you and you're really enthusiastic and you're having great fun, you think that's what you want to communicate at a good gig to people you don't even know. You bring in that fun and that highness that you get, that elevated state of mind from singing and from the whole atmosphere that you're creating and that the audience help create as well and encourage. So that's why I love singing at a party where everybody is into it. And then if you could get that same feeling at a gig, at a pub or at a big concert, where you really create a whole unity of spirit and joy. And that's the great thing about singing and playing that I really love. So that's why I have so many parties where I don't have parties where people get drunk. I have parties where people sing. We don't have whiskey or anything like that. People might have beers and wines and other things, but it's not a drinking party. It's a communal music soul party of sharing joy.
Yes. So, as you were saying, like you like to communicate with people through your music. So, art form is a medium of expression. Do you agree? Or if not, or if yes, then describe.
Well, it is. Art is a medium of expression that expresses joy and fun and everything, but also philosophy. In one's songs, you want to have meaning, and politics as well. You can have political songs that are joyful or at least meaningful, and also your philosophy can come through, and a lot of great things come through music and are expressed through music. Like if you do a great painting and people say, wow, that I'm really impressed by that. Well, the same thing with a song. And often the best songs I've ever written are ones that I could never repeat because they came up on the spot. You can be playing something and somebody mentions something and you think, oh, and you get inspired by 2 words and you go on to a whole song that expresses something more than those 2 words. But unless somebody's recording it, you've lost the whole song. I have written songs where the whole song was written because somebody was recording me. I've kept the recording and then written down what I sang later on, and the whole song was there. So it's the inspiration, and that's the most exciting thing about music, probably with a painter too. It's the actual doing of it and seeing it form in front of you. So creating something, even if it's very derivative of the blues or of classical music or of folk music, or it's still you doing it in your way. So It's very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling to do. I'd recommend anybody to sing any song or to make up a song. You don't have to be good at it. Goodness is only a subjective thing. It's whether you had liked doing it and whether it's fun or meaningful to you. That's the only criterion. You can do lots of different things. There's nobody says you have to become an expert.
Yes.
Good. I want to change this tea.
Yeah.
I think I'm drinking too much green tea.
I'll just get some water.
I want to smoke. Did you make what are you doing?
I'm making the food that getting I'll make the smoke in 5 minutes.
But
Just
I
you can
lost.
take a break. Also start off the thing.
Yeah.
Can you bring that? No. Just
Press the button.
no, put this there. I'll just do the thing.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Yeah. এখন আমার মনে হইতেছে ওর ইয়াটা ফালায় দেওয়া উচিত হয় নাই কি বলে এই রাজক মিউজিশিয়ানের ইন্টারভিউটা ফালায় দেওয়া উচিত হয় না আছে অবশ্য ফুটেজ আমার কাছেও আছে বাট
আমি তো এডিট করে দিয়েছি
কারণ আমি এখন কিছু মিল পাইতেছি ওর কথার সাথে আসলে জায়গা ভেদে মানুষের পার্সপেক্টিভ আসলে ডিফারেন্ট এবং কিছু জায়গায় মিল আছে
Of course, there's a lot of ego in music as well. You think you're good and you're trying to impress people, especially other musicians. You don't believe what people say, oh, that was really good, Liam. Oh, thanks very much. But if a musician says it to you, especially one that doesn't like you, and he goes, yeah, that was pretty good, Liam, then you go, oh, great. So there's also ego satisfaction. But it can that's why some musicians become really egotistical and horrible people because they think I'm so great. And then other people don't like them because they get successful. A lot of Irish people don't like Bono.
Oh, really?
Because he preaches a lot. But also he's much too bloody successful.
তুমি কি বলতেছ এই পুরোটাই হইতেছে গ্লাসের মধ্যে থাকবে
নো এটা হলো জ্যামের পোস্টার মানে জ্যাম থাকে জারের সামনে জ্যাম আছে না
Would you like to play the guitar? Carry money home in a jar from a honky-tonk or a bar? Or would you rather get a job? A job is the thing that makes you jump out of bed every day until you're dead. Your mind is aching and your mind is numb. You just can't wait until the evening comes. And if you don't want to steal or beg or rob, or would you like to play the guitar? Carry money home in a jar from a honky-tonk or a bar? Or would you rather get a job? A job is the thing that makes you jump out of bed. You work every day until you're dead. Your back is aching and your mind is numb. You just can't wait until the weekend comes. And if you don't want to starve or beg or rob, you're gonna have to get a job. Or would you rather play the guitar for a living, hardy har har? I admit it's kind of bizarre. Or would you rather book the gig? The agent's the guy who makes you gets his 20%. What he says ain't always what he meant. He'll clean you out in ways you never thought, 'cause he's good at business and he knows you're not. And he'll sue if you ever make it big, 'cause he's the guy who booked the gig? Or would you rather play the guitar, drive for miles and miles in your car, and pretend that you're a big star? Or would you rather be the wife? The wife is the one who has to rescue our butts. She's either a saint or else she's nuts. She gets frustrated and she gets annoyed, 'cause she's the one who must remain employed. And by the way, if you want to ruin your life, become a guitar player's wife, 'cause all the monkeys ain't in the zoo, and they can learn to play guitar too. Some do a whole lot better than you, and even if you don't go far, you could be worse off than you are. At least you're playing your guitar. Yeah. Yeah, that's guitar playing.
You recorded that?
Yeah.
With the sound?
But without the screen, I didn't see
With
anything.
the sound?
Yeah,
It has-
I did not. Yeah,
it has-
this one has sound. The
That
camera
is
sound.
all.
Yeah, camera sound. Can you just do this for me first? This one. It will take a few seconds.
What is this?
This is turned off, isn't it?
I'm just turning it on.
I don't know if you want me to have the guitar at all. I just thought I'd pick it up.
You can be comfortable with it.
Your water has boiled, I guess. Do you want tea?
No, not me. Oh, this one just can't turn on again. Your recording machine. It was dark and now it's turned on. Or done something.
No, it's turned on.
Give me some time. I'm boiling the water.
Oh yeah.
I just have few more questions, so I'm taking it slow.
Yeah, we are almost done.
Yeah.
Bothering you. Ruining
Messing
your day.
around in your house.
Ruining your day.
You're
But
very
that-
welcome.
That's a wonderful song. It's all about like Don and Nick. The song about Don and Nick.
Don and Nick.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just sang the song. If you want to play the guitar.
Oh, if you want to play the guitar, all
Yeah,
right.
this is about Don and Nick, no?
Good.
Oh well, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so relatable. I was thinking maybe you were thinking about Don and Nick. That's
Oh,
why-
I didn't write that song anyway. No, I didn't write that song.
Oh, okay. It's
Do I want to play the guitar? No, I didn't write that song, so you can't say I wrote
Oh
it.
my God, it's so relatable. I was thinking maybe you were
Yeah.
thinking of that incident.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, lots of people, everybody.
Oh my God, so relatable. You and I was jinking on that thought without even talking. Shit.
Well, I know people who think they're really good guitar, and they're not. I'm not a great guitar player, but I know other people who think they're great singers, and they're not.
No,
But you know, you want to
business and
encourage
money and
them. You
everything,
encourage
no?
them anyway. It's good fun. It's fun. Yay! Good on you. Good on you, mate. But you don't have to be good. You just have to be enthusiastic.
Yeah.
You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Well, me wife, she broke her ankle when she tumbled off the bike, leaving me. Well, she broke her ankle when she tumbled off the bike, leaving me to do the housework, a job I never liked. And doing the weekly shopping seemed a terrible chore to me, till I discovered little-dee-aldy, little-dee-aldy, little-dee-dee. Now I just can't wait for Thursdays when the specials go on view. I'm the first man to the trolleys, I'm the first man in the queue. And now I know what retail make by retail therapy. It's little-dee-aldy, little-dee-aldy, little-dee-aldy-dee for me. They got angle grinders and black pudding and pots of German jam, and lumps of hairy bacon and a wetsuit from Japan, and packs of streaky rashers and a crate of Russian stout, and a portable generator in case the lights go out. There's alloy wheels and windscreen wipers, bags of rooster spuds, inflatable rubber dinghies to help survive the floods, Springer sprockets and fish fingers, so cheap they're damn near free at little-dee-aldy, 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 little-dee-dee. That's not all. They got primary and bionic gear to make the perfect stew, a hiking staff and spiky boots for climbing Kathmandu, big heads of curly cabbage to make you heat your fill, sledgehammers and bananas and a lovely cordless drill, and there's hatchets and hamburgers and tins of beans and peas, and petrol-driven chainsaws for cutting bits off trees, Springer sprockets and fish fingers, so cheap they're damn near free at little-dee-aldy, 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 little-dee-dee. Well, the wife has gone ballistic, marriage heading for the rocks. With her crutches and her shopping bag, she trundles round the shops. She's cut up all my credit cards, I'm sad as sad can be. No more Aldi, little-dee-aldy, little-dee-aldy-dee for me. For my shed is full of plastic shit I didn't really want, and the garden's full of furniture, and the house is full of plants. Sure, I'm living in the doghouse, Rover, Fido, Shep and me. No more Aldi, little-dee-aldy, little-dee-aldy-dee for me. No more angle grinders or black pudding, no more pots of German jam, no more lumps of hairy bacon, no more wetsuits from Japan, no more packs of streaky rashers, and I'll have to do without another portable generator in case the lights go out. No alloy wheels and windscreen wipers and bags of rooster spuds, no more petrol-driven chainsaws for cutting. Oh, I'm living in the doghouse, Rover, Fido, Shep and me. No more Aldi, little-dee-aldy, little-dee-aldy-dee for me. But I still go on Thursdays to see what the new stuff is. Down to my local Lidl or Aldi.
Is there a song for Aldi?